Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to my Nuzlocke of Pokemon Diamond. Now, where we last left off, we were headed toward the Rash Gym, I believe. I'm a little apprehensive, as my team is kind of pathetic. 204, starter, 202, 207. I'm pretty sure... I don't know if I have a... well, that's not good. That's actually the opposite of good. Usually when people see Cynthia show up, they get flashbacks and PTSD of that house. They just walk in, and all of a sudden you start hearing the piano play, and you realize you're pretty much going to die in any minute. I'm going to see if I got anything from the next area over, because if I could flesh out the team just a little bit more, that might be beneficial. 211. Did I ever catch anything on 211? I can't remember if I caught anything on 211. Oh, jeez. I really don't want to have to go through and watch my old video. Let me check real quick. This is why I normally make a dead box. Instead of releasing them, I put them in a dead box. Normally. But this time, I didn't, so... So let me check my old video. It's been a while. You probably won't hear it because I have it muted for my desktop stuff. But I'm going to check. And I'm going to see if I did any... I caught anything on... Come on. Oh, this is all trainer battles. I think I ended up losing the Shinx there. What, didn't I? Yeah, that's what it was. Let's see here. What's it here? Can't use the potion. Made it through. I still had those three. I ended up renaming the Magikarp, which allowed me to use it. And I did not catch on 211, I believe. No, my Shinx died way before this. So yeah, I renamed the Magikarp, went out and got some levels for him. Or her, actually, because it's a female Magikarp. I picked the berries, and then I pretty much saved. So yeah, I did not go catch on 211. So that's a good thing. That means I can actually go back and catch on 211 now, and to some degree, actually pick up where I left off. That's the problem with doing a Nuzlocke with many moments in between, is I end up forgetting what I have and have not done. Now, if I could pick up something decent here that would help with the grass gym, that would be great. The question is, what? Wait a minute. That's not bad for power, but it's not worth doing. I can sell those for money. I can sell the repels and the honey. Actually, no, wait. I could use that on trees. The repels I'm going to sell, though, because it's not right to use repels. Let's see what we get. No. No, I'm not taking a Bidoof. So I have to run from it. Because if I defeat it, I don't get to pick it up. So now I'm relegated to... Oh, there's some extra... there's a battle there. I don't want to do that. Well, maybe. Hold on. Start out with this. Swap out the Magikarp to Tortimer. I can't catch anything in the caves, because the caves are off limits for me. So let's see. Caves are off limits. I have Route 211. Do I... Wait, I don't have any other routes that I can catch on. Which is kind of lame, if you think about it, right? Because I'm so limited to what I can actually do. No, he leveled. I'm not even gonna risk putting the Magikarp in and having it die. Just kill it. Because if I lost the Magikarp at this point, it's like, come on. I mean, I do need it to become a Gyarados, because that'll be a lot of power. Let's see what I get. Not another Bidoof. A Meditite. Oh, wait a minute now. Hold up, let's think here. It's Psychic type. Well, see, that's the thing. Now, if I catch this, I'm going to have overlap with Flexomatic. Could have been named the Insanoflex, but I made a mistake back then. But anyway, with Flexomatic, it's going to be overlap there with the fighting types, but it's going to have access to Psychic type maneuvers, which gives me ghost coverage. Not really ghost coverage, but poison coverage in the future. Also gives me fighting type coverage without having a flyer. You know what? We'll swap. I don't want to do too much damage to it. So we'll swap into Tortimer, and we will just tackle him once. Just once. Ouch. It knows Detect. Not bad. If only it knows some like psychic maneuvers, that'd be great. I can wedge in another tackle, but I'm not going to. Nice. Now I gotta come up with a nickname for it. Yes. What am I gonna nickname a psychic fighting type that ends up wearing MC Hammer pants? Can't touch this. And just name it after the MC Hammer song. He also has detect, so you technically can't. You can't touch this. He's got detect. Perfect. Stupid, but perfect. Now we're gonna get into some serious trouble going into one of these fights. The problem I'm gonna have is I can already tell. Just Spidey senses are tingling. It's gonna be the Perugly from Team Galactic. And people are like, you know, they're gonna be like, wait, how hard could it be? It's like, don't say that. That's something they say on like Top Gear. Don't do that. Don't be like Top Gear. But I do need to level him some, as well as that one. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna start smashing some Bidoofs over here. Not in that way. It's like, I was gonna say it in a different way, but then I thought about it, and it's gonna get only worse in my head if I say it that way. So, yeah, let's not. We're gonna leave it with that one. We're just gonna say let's just not. Okay? Ooh, he's got Endure already. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. That's an interesting turn of events there. You can learn Rock Tomb. Gives some flying coverage, but it doesn't help. Tortimer can learn Bullet Seed, but that's kind of like overkill, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, let me learn Bullet Seed. I already have Razor Leaf. Besides, I like him knowing Curse. Might actually have to deposit my other Pokemon because I can't outlevel the gym. It's one of the rules. And they're getting to the point where they're going to outlevel the gym. So I might have to deposit them and come back out here with just the two of them. Which might be a problem. I finished the Battle Pass. Oh, pardon me. I had chili for dinner. So it was quite spicy. Nevertheless, I finished the Battle Pass on Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the Season 3. And I'm kind of looking forward to Season 4 already, solely because I want the new guns to come out so that I can have new things to work with, right? Most of the time when I say, you know, new stuff to work with, it ends up being like, you know, new guns to do, but will it snipe, but will it recoil? I love those series, I really do. Then both of those whole series actually spawned because of people having issues with the lethality of guns in like Warzone, which I still need to do Warzone too, because I don't mind Warzone. I don't play it very well, but I could play it better. I don't like that. I don't mind Warzone that much. I used to be, you know, very averse to it, but it's just, I'm not very good at it. I'll still do it, but I'm not very good at it. Nevertheless, there's a lot of players out there, and it's something that I've noticed about the Call of Duty player base, and it's something I've noticed about a lot of the player base of that game, and pretty much any Call of Duty game with Warzone attached, they're just like, oh, well, you know, they'll spam report somebody for cheating just because that person did better. And I never really liked that. I never liked that idea at all. Because it goes to an automated adjudicator, and then what happens? A guy gets banned. And was he actually cheating? Well, no, but nobody's gonna know because they don't independently review the stuff. And that's not right. It's like, well, if you're gonna independently review it, or if you're not gonna independently review it, take the whole setup out. Just, like, take out the reporting system. Because it goes to the automated adjudicator, and then people are losing their account over this stuff. That's like... not a fan. So to me, it's one of those things where... If I show the lethality of these guns, and the accuracy, and the lack of recoil after they've been specifically set up in a way, that kind of takes some wind out of the sails of these people spam reporting, because it's like, well, anybody could do this. Anybody could sit down and say, oh, well, this gun's overpowered because of this. And it brings it to light and says, okay, well, yeah, it's got... there it is, there's the proof, right? You can't just look at the proof before you and say, well, nope. You can't just do that and just say, well, there's the proof, it's undeniable, but I'm gonna just... I reject your reality and substitute my own. No, that's not how this works. That's not how any of that works. One cannot just simply do that. Now, in here, I fear that I need some... I need to give that to a Pokemon. For sure. I need to give him a berry. And I need to give Tortimer a berry. Because they're going to be the anchors that are going to carry me through here. But that's why I do what I do. That's why I do the but will it, but will it snipe, but will it sway, but will it, recoil. And it's not really... like, the whole premise of this, the whole premise of the series was exactly to prove that point. And that's it. It seems like when you look at it, it's like, okay, that kind of comes across as somewhat juvenile. Doesn't be like, wow, that's all he's doing it for, that's it. Doesn't really showcase his skills. Well, true, it doesn't. Not completely. But Will It Snipe does, because when you do it with, like, no... when you do it with no scope on, and you're just kind of like... and you see them with a pistol from 100 and something meters, and you dome them, it's like, okay, well... I don't even have a red dot, I'm just using iron sights. But... It really... it really is one of those things where, looking at it, you don't... when you look at the objective data of, like, the recoil on a weapon isn't as bad as other people say it is. And now you have physical proof of it. Well, you can't really sit there and say, well, that person was cheating because of how accurate the gun was. No, the gun's just that accurate. Sorry. And then a shrug of the shoulders. Because that's really all you can do, right? And a lot of people don't like it. Truthfully, they don't. You point something out like that, and what you'll get is you'll get people just in a huff, because then it basically comes back to them and says, well, you didn't have the skill to beat your opponent. And because you didn't have the skill to beat your opponent, you now look bad, and you were just claiming, oh, they cheated to save face. And that's kind of what they've basically relied on for the longest time. That's the whole reason for the series. And it doesn't get as much traction as I thought it would. And I think it's because people are just tired of Call of Duty altogether as an entire franchise. Truthfully. I like it. And, you know, the people that are like, oh, well, you know, they over-monetize things, and now you have all these people that are, you know, they're saying, oh, well, they're just bringing out new skins, and, oh, they brought out this new skin, and they brought out this new bundle, they brought out this other. You don't have to buy those. It's fine for them to bring that out and try to monetize something like that. Egregious as it is, it's fine. It's not like it's mandatory for you to purchase it for you to continue playing the game. And that's where I don't have a problem with it. Like, I see them bringing these things out, and a lot of people are getting a huff over it, and I'm like, no, see, you don't, nobody's forcing you to purchase it. No one's saying you must purchase this in order to keep playing. It's purely optional. It gives them a little extra income on the side, and it's purely optional. I don't have an issue with it. It's not really giving them that much of a competitive edge, because if you think about it, if you play the game for any length of time, and you level the guns, and you do it the way you're supposed to, you have those attachments. They're not getting anything special. It's not like they're getting an aftermarket part. It's not like they're getting anything that you're not getting access to. That's just how it is. And as such, it makes it so that they are, I don't know. It's not giving them, it's not a pay to win. That's kind of what I was getting at. Because if it was a pay to win, I think I would just walk away from it. There's a lot of games out there that had a chance to unseat Call of Duty from its current throne. One of which was X Defiant. Another one was The Finals. Both of which had a great premise. Don't get me wrong. The Finals was amazing. Like, the way it was presented, the way it was played. Amazing. Incredible game. They didn't do it. They either didn't market it right, or they didn't do something right, and it flopped. The Finals just wasn't there. And it's kind of a shame, because you look at it and it's like, man, this had such promise. And then they just was like, whatever. Like, why? It baffles me to this day, right? You can still play it. I'm pretty sure they still have servers up because it's on Steam. But I just found it mind-boggling, personally. The other one was X Defiant. Now, X Defiant played well. It played like Call of Duty. It was like, it felt like Call of Duty met Overwatch. The problem with that was the fact that you had hero abilities that were grossly overpowered. That were like, well, here's this ability, and it's just kind of just bonkers crazy. You don't want that in a shooter. Like, what? You'd figure they would have learned by watching Overwatch's performance go. But no, it's like almost like the people at EA took a look at it and went, it's a good idea. We should do that. Like, who does that? Resonance is in bad shape. Land the Fury Cutter. Beautiful. Now I can put a Peach Berry on him to get rid of the poison. No, I wanted to keep all my old moves. There. Faint. That's the one that bypasses protect and detect, yeah. I don't like that. There. Problem is now... And now I don't have that many people left. This is the problem. I can start up the fight, and I lose the poison. I might lose resonance in this one. The Rosa rate, I think, is like a 22. That's a problem. There goes the poison. So now that I have this, I can just start Fury Cuttering. I've got the Swarm boost going. I'll just hit it with a Struggle Bug. Oh, Super Potion. Let's say I'll just hit it with a Struggle Bug to finish it off, but nope. Chicken Potion. I can't. I should probably save the Struggle Bugs for the Rosa Raid. There's the other Super Potion. Come on. Overkill. Man, I remember the other... Old time. Ages ago. Like... What were they, what was it? Hold on, give me a second. It was... There was the Halo one, but then there was also Unreal Tournament. And you'd hear, like, double tap. Monster kill. I believe it was Unreal Tournament that did that one first, and then Halo picked that up. But they also had it, too. So... Ozarade. Yep. This is the problem. Survive? Kill it? That's not good. Now we have to swap. Because he's much faster. Who's gonna be the death fodder? If I throw him out there, I'm pretty much resigning him to death. I'm pretty much resigning both of them to death. But then again, he has Oran Berry, so he might be able to survive. Throw him out there, hit the revenge, maybe. That's gonna hurt. Yep. He's dead when that lands the next time. Well, we're gonna try anyway. Goodbye. Flexmanic's dead. I have no options. Legitimately, none. That still took half his life. Oh, because it was a crit. Shocker. The Razor Leaf wouldn't do as much because of everything else. Because the whole, quad resist. I have to survive this grass knot and then kill it with a tackle. There's 4 HP. Kill it with a tackle. Yes. Alright, so I lost Fleximatic. You're good. Fleximatic. Yeah, I wanna forget tackle for bite, thank you. Hey, I mean, that's tough. Yeah, I lost one, but you know what? Hey, Serpentia, learn tackle. We're getting there. I've made it further than I have before. The old badge is just so... just worn out. Look at it. It's just musty and terrible. Ooh, stickers. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Grass knot. Yep, the heavier an opponent is. Well, it's unfortunate, but now we're back down to 4 members of the party. Terrible. Question is, did he even... Yeah, he did. Fleximatic. Goodbye. Well, that's a shame. I was not out-leveled against that gym. But it's not looking good either. Because now I have to try to get fresh members, and I'm running out of routes to catch them on. And I then have to pick up the pace and get them back up to speed. Good. I figured if I could get the... Oh, I don't have a bike yet. So I have Route 211. I've already caught on 211. What about after 211? Is there a way I could maybe get something after 211? Maybe. Yep. If somebody up here has a Perugly, it's pretty much dome time. Pulling a Zubat. Can't touch this. So let's see. Serpentia's gotta swap for sure. Just swap him up for that one. Can't touch this. It's unfortunate that I have to do that, but I do. Because like, you just can't leave him out there because he's so incredibly weak. The Zubat's almost dead, though. That's a good thing. Whirlpool's gonna string shot. Maybe use... Oh, I went for tackle. That's odd. You'd figure that we go for like string shot or something. Whatever. Maybe the psychic fighting type was... Maybe it's going to be better. Because when it becomes Medicham, you know? It's going to have more, I guess, type coverage. And it also has pure power, so... And I absolutely hate Glameow for that reason. Glameow and Perugly are so fast, it's ridiculous. Like, the amount of speed they have is just insanity. See what I mean? There was a moveset that I did back in the day on Perugly. Or it's Perugly or Perugly. Doesn't matter how it's pronounced. Nevertheless, I had a moveset on him. It's crazy. It was fake out, U-turn, so you fake out, U-turn, return, and hypnosis, I think. So what I would do is I would first turn fake out, and then if I felt like I could sleep and sweep, I would hypnosis and then just pound 120, just pound the return key, well, the A button on the return return move, because it was just 120 power returns fired off, same type attack bonus, or same type attack boost. Craziness. Pure craziness. And I was just absolutely hammering opponents with that Perugly. And if I was afraid that I was the bad type matchup, you turn out. It's like, what are they going to do? They just sat there, because it was like, you get the free damage of the fake out, and then you leave. And if it was a ghost type, you just leave. You don't even give them the chance. You just, well, I'm going to U-turn. It's like, oh, they're ghost type? I'm out. Oh, no, wait, the other one was Shadow Claw. Because the other one was, you take out, instead of doing hypnosis, you run Shadow Claw. Of course he's poisoned. Like, what are the chances of that type of poison just going off? But anyway, so you would run, like, Shadow Claw, return, U-turn, fake out. You could Shadow Claw your opponent, or Night Slash, either way. It's just crazy. The Hypnosis one was so much more fun, though, because you'd play with, like, the sleep claws in standard play. So you'd put them to sleep, and then you'd say, well, you can only have one asleep at a time. So you put one asleep, and then beat it down, put the next one to sleep, and then beat it down, and then put a third one to sleep, so on. It's fun times. Yeah, we're switching to this, because I don't want to lose my other fighting type. I'm going to put a Peach-a-Berry on it. And it's so weird to see Zubat with Astonish. Like, giving the... Because they used to have... Didn't they have Lick back in the day? That's like their only ghost move. Pretty sure it was. Pretty sure Lick was their only ghost move. Which is interesting how it worked. It's like, oh yeah, well, we're going to use Lick. And it's like, but how does a Zubat Lick? Makes more sense with his Golbat that had Lick. I'm not gonna sit there and question it. I mean, Golbat was the one sitting there with the tongue just hanging out. Just Then when they added Crobat, that was insane. Like, and the fact that Crobat could learn Taunt and U-turn made him like one of the quickest Taunt users in the game. It's like 300 plus speed or something at 100. It's crazy speed, and then he was like the quickest Taunt user. Boy, was he was prevalent too. He was in every single competitive team from, I don't know, everywhere. Legitimately everywhere. Let's see if I can remember. I'm actually gonna go look up his stats. Oh, cool. There's a new Porygon that comes out that people can get via a code soon. Let's see here. I don't think you can actually see him on the Scarlet Pokédex, because I don't think he was allowed. Oh. We can go back to the Gen 8 Dex, though, because he was allowed back then. Let's see, Crobat. Crobat's speed back in the day, back last generation, 130 base speed. So if you had max speed plus speed nature is 394 speed. I mean, that's just supersonic at that point. Like, there's only like, what, 2 Pokemon faster than him? One of them was like Speed Deoxys. It's crazy. And you wouldn't run, like... you wouldn't run Taunt on Speed Deoxys. You'd run, like, Psycho Boost, stuff like that. And then just try to outspeed your opponent and nuke him. Crobat could still learn, like, Cross Poison, Night Slash. Could learn some seriously wacky stuff. Don't put it past Crobat, man. Oh, not very effective. Okay, well, we'll just go with Confusion. I think the preferred moveset back then was like Cross Poison, Night Slash. Cross Poison, Night Slash, U-turn, and Taunt. I think was like the setup. That's not good. That's the opposite of good. Now I can't switch it. I can't switch out. Okay, never mind. Zubat's dead. I think Mean Look fades after the user dies. Oh, I can kill this. Not a problem. Hard and away. I'm heading for special attack, so... As soon as I finish up this tower, I'm going to call it on this one. And that'll be it for the day, but... It sucks that we lost, you know, Insanaflex. Oh, Flexomatic. Sorry. Insanaflex, listen to me. I'm even misnaming him after he's dead. Sorry. I know that one of these people makes you well rested all the way through this thing. That's not good. That's the opposite of good. Resonance, you got some work to do, buddy. First off, not die. Secondly, not die. Okay, that's... Alright, you're good. You don't mess with the Alakazam evolutions. That's like trying to play, you know, keep talking and no one explodes blindfolded. See if I can get a heal down here or something. Or anything. There's gotta be something. Oh, guess not. Guess I'm left to my own devices to fight this commander. Is this Commander Mercury? Jupiter. Level 18, huh? Well, we're not gonna take any chances. I'm going to become confused. That's perfect for Tortimer. He lives in a state of constant confusion. I do need to land a Stealth Rock, though. Now I can kill it. Because now when they swap in, that extra damage will help. That's bad. No poison. No poison. Good. Yeah. Flinch? Alright, I'll take the main look. It's fine. Matter of fact, I just used Bite, so I'm going to take another bite of it. Gun tank. Okay, enjoy those pointed stones. Thanks. He's got flamethrower, doesn't he? But he does. I'm just in trouble regardless. Mortimer's gonna be dead here in a minute. He can't take the hit. He can't take the hit. One of them's gonna have to be death fodder. Yep, one of them's gonna have to be death fodder, and it's gonna be the Metachamp, meta type. Because there's no way he's gonna miss the flamethrower. Had to do it. Couldn't help it. Had to be done. Put him to sleep. And flamethrower. And put him to sleep. We're living on a prayer. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. Stay asleep. Okay, good. Hit another Fury Cutter. There's the aftermath. That's bad. Rocks. Not very effective across the board. Well, that means we're just going to swap out, isn't it? The aftermath was a bad idea. That's bad. No poison? Oh, we lost one. We lost one. I'm behind now. Big time behind on everything. But I had to protect... the Gyarados. Because that Gyarados is going to be absolutely insane. But now I'm on the struggle bus. Because I'm only going to have a few Pokemon to really work in the higher areas. So consider that. Yeah, we're looking at, I mean, Kricketune is quickly losing its power. Like 48 attack, it's now outpaced by Grotle. So that's bad. It's almost outpaced. Well, was going to be outpaced by You Can't Touch This, but now You Can't Touch This is now gone. So I've already wasted my 211. This is problematic. 100% problematic. Now what? You know what? I'm going to go over here to the bike shop. I'm going to get a bike, and I'm going to try to go through the cave at 111. And I'm going to see if I can get something. You know what? We'll take a yellow one. Question is, should I even do it? Should I even set it up for a key item? Sure. Not that it matters. Bidoof? It's always a Bidoof. Whenever it's not a Bidoof is when you have to worry. Yeah, we're gonna run from it. No point in fighting the Bidoof. I could Rock Smash and go down. I wonder what's on the other side of this. Can't use it with strength, so can't go through Mount Coronet. This is still 211. It's bad. He's gonna have all flyers. Sorry, she. Oh, okay, a Hoothoot's not bad. So that's we can handle that. Maybe. That's level 19 Hoothoot. Jeez. Watch it know like Wing Attack or Air Cutter and just absolutely tear into Tortimer. Okay, Echo Voice isn't bad. It gets worse the more they use it, but it's doable. Like, if you do Echoed Voice with a Metronome, huge damage. Like, massive. Because Metronome ramps up at the same time every time you use it. Every time you use the same move, I should say. With Metronome, it does 10% more damage. As far as I know, it doesn't cap out. Some people say it caps out at 50%. I'm not 100% on that one. Might cap out at a 50% bonus. But you factor in that you get a bonus with Echoed Voice as well as the Metronome. Crazy. Same way with when you Metronome with Torch Song. Because Torch Song gets more powerful because it gets a bonus. Well, we're not going to worry about the Explorer Center. At least not yet. But we lost 2, but we managed to beat the Grass Gym and Commander Jupiter. So, -2 +2, kind of a break even. I need to get more Pokemon as we go on. I need to go down the bike path. With the Explorer kit, I will be able to pick up 1 underground Pokemon, and I don't know what to pick up. Hopefully it's going to be something that I'm only able to choose 1. So whatever one I see there that I choose, I don't know what I want to pick, because I'm kind of looking at my types, and I've got what's going to be a water flying, I got a grass type that's going to be a grass ground, and then I've got just a bug type. So, I mean, it's not a very diverse crew. I want to try to get something that's going to have a little bit of type coverage. And of course, the ones that are down there underground, of which I can only choose 1. Those are the rules I set up. And I can only get 1 fossil Pokemon. So if I get my Cranidos, that becomes a Rampardos. I don't think Rampardos is going to have the power to take me anywhere. So I'm going to have to choose very carefully what fossil I want restored. But yes, that'll do it for this episode of my Nuzlocke. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. This is the furthest I've made it so far. The last couple times, I died in the Grass Gym, and it was terrible. Then again, I didn't have equipable berries, so that's why I died. Nevertheless, I hope you have a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.